My neighbor tried to charge me sunlight rent. So I moved into my first apartment about 6 months ago. It's nothing fancy, but it's cheap, close to work, and has one really nice feature: a huge window in the living room that gets tons of sunlight. Apparently, this became a problem for my upstairs neighbor. The guy, Rick, introduced himself on day one by warning me not to mess with the natural balance of the building. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. Over the next few weeks, he'd randomly knock on my door to complain about completely insane things. Your TV vibrations are shaking my plants. Your microwave is interfering with my sleep schedule. You walk too aggressively. But then he came up with his masterpiece. One Saturday morning, there's a knock at my door. Rick is standing there holding a clipboard and a calculator. He says, completely serious, "Because your apartment gets the best sunlight angle, you owe compensation to the upper units." I laughed because I genuinely thought this had to be some weird joke. It was not a joke. He explained that my big window reflected premium sunlight upward into his apartment during the afternoons, making his place warmer. According to him, I was using more than my fair share of natural resources. Then he handed me a handwritten bill for sunlight usage fee, $45. Heat reflection tax, $20. Atmospheric adjustment cost, $15 total, $80. I told him absolutely not. He got angry and said he had studied property law on YouTube. For the next month, this man escalated into cartoon villain territory. He started timing when I opened my blinds. One day I came home and found aluminum foil taped to my outside window from the fire escape side. The landlord removed it immediately because apparently reflecting sunlight into traffic is illegal for obvious reasons. But Rick still wouldn't stop. Finally, the breaking point happened during a tenants' meeting. Rick stood up in front of everyone and announced, "Some residents are hoarding sunlight while others suffer in darkness." Dead silence. Then the old lady from apartment 2B slowly raised her hand and said, "Rick, you live on the top floor." The room exploded laughing. Even the landlord had to leave the room because he was trying not to crack up. Rick turned bright red, grabbed his clipboard, and stormed out while muttering about solar inequality. A week later, he moved out. The best part? When the new tenant moved in, they installed blackout curtains immediately.